5, right? Part 5. Because this was part 4. Are you happy now? Ooh, don't skip this. I still gotta read it. Happy? You must be kidding me. Why did it still end this way? Captain. Oh, we're re-zeroing. How many times have we re-zeroed already? Captain, are you alright? No, it's not the time to... We gotta go! Where are we going? No time to explain. We're safe. Is the Empire looking at yet another catastrophe? We must get out of here. Captain! You must be exhausted after all that's happened. For as long as I could remember, you always stood by my side through the most trying times. Listen, Koming, I don't have time to explain. We gotta go! Be it what are the missing soldiers? You carried everything on your back and kept me in the dark. You don't have to. I'll always be there for you, and I wish to share your burdens. No matter what the Listen, Koming, something's trying to kill you. I gotta stop it. No, you won't believe it. I doubt I'd be easily surprised. What if I say I've been through what's going to happen many times? I believe it. Don't tease me anymore. I can barely make myself believe. How can you trust so blindly? Well, I never ruled out the impossible, but more importantly, I choose to believe you rather than what's logical. So please be open to me. Is there a danger at the fair? Did someone plant explosives? Yes, but that's only the half of it. Let's go talk somewhere in private. Beware of the crowd. A moment later, a craftsman with the Black Umbrella Man will pass by selling his lanterns. He changed the candle formula and replaced the wax with rock oil. Isn't that something high? Yes, the candle wax has special candle has wax at the top, rock oil at the bottom. A lot of exposition for. Anyways, there's bombs all over the city. Just like you said, someone is trying to sabotage the whole fair. Lesson last time is to put out all the lanterns. I finally said it. At least I won't be alone. So you found the solution. What's the other half? Someone will try to assassinate you at the fair. Oh, that's it. You don't believe me? But assassinations belong to the lowest level of hazards in my book. You can't be serious, right? I've already lived through this, Koming. I'm no stranger to hired blades aimed at my throat. Unlike uniformed guards, they were dressed in festive outfits and could pass the formidable shadow guards. You heard, Captain. One of you alert Rita now, and the other ones stay here on close watch. Aye. The two returned to the shadow like they were never out in the light. Shadow guards should have been able to keep Koming out of harm's way, but she was still stabbed last time. Are you sure the craftsman will pass by? Yes, I'm sure. Why hasn't he shown up? We've changed the past already! We've changed the future! Something unexpected happened and stalled him. In theory, everything that comes next is identical to what I experienced before. Why would he change the route? No reason for him to do so. Something must have happened. Something that messed up the timeline! Began to search my memory. What's different this time? Differences lead to more clues, and relying too much on assumptions rather than facts don't end well. We should act now, Captain. Are you thinking, let's seek out the suspect together? No, you'd better leave it to the guards and return to the Imperial Citadel. Can't take this lightly. We can't put the whole city in danger. That's not my way. I know you care about the citizens. I'm trying to save you right now, Koming. Only my life matters and the thousands of souls in the city do not count. I understand someone is trying to take my life and that you're doing everything you can to stop it from happening. But to capture the craftsman and protect the city are the weight of my crown. With my people in grave and imminent danger, how can I possibly put my heart at ease? Appreciate everything you've done, but please respect my duty and my conviction. Besides, I still have you by my side. And you once promised to stay by my side no matter how hard it is in the Horo battle. I now ask you to fulfill your promise, Captain. Fine, Koming. I'll give it my all to ensure your safety. I'm counting on it, Captain. Alright, I just want to get through these fights. I don't care about these fights, I just want to get to the crying scene so I can cry out my tears and we can go mauled.
过去，不试试我新研究的阵法吗？
Mauled while crying. I know. We're Schmadge. We need to be Schmadge. Out of the bushes. I knew it! Just like Jennings would say. I knew it. I actually don't think I have Smadge as one of my emotes. We'll add it tonight.
背后就交给你了。北斗诛邪，除凶去殃。 在看什么？安心，有我在，不会有事。不要擅自停下，此地不宜久留。跟我来。
Yeah, fortunately.
跑过去，不试试我新研究的阵法吗
The fast footsteps. Yeah, when she has the fast run.
看起来不错，但是我拒绝。
I'm looking for that lantern. He knocked my syrup cauldron. He gotta pay me back. We gotta find this. We gotta find this suspicious character.
漂亮的一战，速速回去办场庆功宴吧。
Yeah, we are trying to keep BTTV for the animated ones, and then do Franker Phase Z for the static ones. This back facing us, he knelt down to finish the man lying on the ground with his dagger. The man on the ground was powerless. Stop! Kuming hurled her fan. He sidestepped to evade and stood up. The dying man to be the Shadow Guard sent to alert Rita. Looks like everyone is here. No, the Shadow Guard never made it to Rita. His human skin mask cracked and revealed a more disturbing mask underneath. Who are you? I'm faceless and nameless. Tried to murder my Shadow Guard and spread explosive lanterns in the city. What are you up to? If I let this messenger boy through, I'd be the one lying on the cold ground now. The craftsman took out a lantern, and I knew it's meant to be a distraction for him to escape. Kuming, stop him! Picked up a stick to deflect the lantern, while Kuming darted ahead and knocked the dagger out of his hand. Though cornered with no way to run, the craftsman remained unusually calm. Surrender and save us the trouble. We outnumber you 3 to 1. The odds are hopelessly against you. I beg to differ. Someone came from behind. Without thinking, I put myself behind Komi and blocked the attack. I heard the sound of my flesh rent open by a blade. Blood spilled out, but I almost felt no pain. The dagger! The one used to stab Komi last time. You betrayed Emberia. So what? The Shadow Guard lifted his mask and revealed the black mask underneath, identical to the craftsman. Another Grey Serpent! Are you alright, Captain? Just a scratch. 'Tis just a flesh wound. This time they use robots to represent Grey Serpent.
诸君，请随我出战。
Impressive. Now release your anger.
不要擅自停下，此地不宜久留。
Anger's being released.
北斗诛
This is kind of how they sold us on Kongming early on, right? When you're a younger player and you see that she's fighting against enemies that are type counter to her and you're still stomping on them, you're like, oh, this character must be good. Look at how much damage she's doing. She can ignore type counter. What if they put SA in Elysian Realm? Plot armor, and she's 44. Yes. Actually, Kongming is 1,000 years old because of the golem. Remember, she made a wish. Fireworks. All right. With all his shurikens deflected, the craftsman took a fatal blow from Kongming and went out. Shadow Guard's unexpected moves took Kongming and me by surprise and proved to be difficult to beat. Stabbing pain, strength draining away. Partner won't be able to help you now. Life is death, and in death we live. Such is our destiny. After having played ER, that makes so much more sense. Kongming dashed ahead to strike the Shadow Guard's heart, but he pulled the craftsman's body to block the attack. Shielding yourself with your partner's corpse, I wonder how would he feel if he came back to life. I believe your partner would gladly balk for you too in his death. Shadow Guard flashed behind Kongming's back for a lightning fast slash. Ugh! Captain, I blocked it. Don't worry, I'm fine. You're distracted. You have a weakness. You can't beat me. We'll see about that. It was then I realized the dying Shadow Guard on the ground was missing. The cold black dagger came at Kongming again. I meant to block it, but I felt my body felt heavy and clumsy like a rock. That's enough. Shadow Guard froze as Rita's scythe had come less than an inch from his neck. Scores of guards approached. The shining spear tips around him meant any rash movement would forfeit his life. You've lost, traitor. Who is your master? Hey, I'm doing no one's bidding. My mission is to correct. Poison in his mouth. Guards came close to clamp his mouth open, but it's too late. You reap what you sow. No escape from consequences. Like I said, Grey Serpent in this bubble universe, or this timeline, he's like the plot ghost from Final Fantasy VII Remake. Sorry, Your Majesty, I came late. I was making preparations for the prayers, if not for the gravely wounded Shadow Guard who came to alert me. You came at the right time. The wounded Shadow Guard? So he fled while we fought the masked men and warned Rita. The guards carried the two bodies out of the alley, and some of them stayed to address my wounds. The wounds are patched up. Thank goodness they missed the fatal parts, but Captain still needs to visit a doctor. Are you alright, Captain? Just some stings. Doesn't even hurt. Oh right, the lanterns at the Star Pavilion have rock oil inside, Rita. Rest assured, all of them were put out and explosives were cleared. Teresa-sama is evacuating the city. Prepared a carriage for you and Her Majesty. Good, Captain, can you still walk? Don't worry for me, I'm a tough guy. Kongming spoke no more and quietly helped me get on the carriage. It just occurred to me that the bloodstains on me might startle everyone. Seeing their former... I know what's happening. I know what's coming next. It's so annoying having to play through this. I have a monitor next to me. How do I even use it? I have 3 monitors right now. I used to have a 4th one, but that one had a commission. I took it downstairs to wait for me to take it to recycling. Oh. Excuse me. Okay. Thank goodness Her Majesty and Captain sent the Shadow Guard to warn me, or else the city would burn now. Is he alright? The doctors are tending to him now, but the hasty run worsened his wounds. He may never be a Shadow Guard again. For his loyalty, I would ask Her Majesty to grant him fortune and status. Oh, the sideways ones? You can actually rotate your monitor display physically, but also digitally. So the sideways ones, basically, it's just taller, right? But it's still like... No. Sideways ones just pivot at the back. And then within Windows display, you can just kind of rotate it. Oh, this? This is not a monitor. This is just a whiteboard. This is just a whiteboard. Like with markers that you can white. It's a dry erase. This is a dry erase whiteboard. That's not a monitor. Yeah, I just have a 4K monitor over here. 37-inch monitor on the side. I feel like, Zapu, I could have just said D's nuts and you probably could have made a laugh out of that. A whiteboard for D's nuts. Okay, anyways, back to the stream. How did you know there was rock oil lantern? I was about to explain when a huge explosion came from the building behind. And fire! No! Kongming is still in the carriage. Block the carriage. Get her out. It's on fire. Fire is too big. Not enough water. Spread out to fight the fire and send a team for water. Let's get to the carriage. Too many people. How do we get split up so far? Rita, what the heck? I saw a black figure with an umbrella blocking Rita's way. The law of consequence bends for no one. You're trying in vain to stop the inevitable. Get out of my way. The swinging scythe passed through the man and he vanished in a puff of smoke. Grand Chancellor, the carriage is running out of the city. Don't lose it. The ruts look messy. The carriage may have lost control. Some wood chips. Maybe the carriage hit a rock here. We gotta find it. The driver is dead. Rita, have you found Kongming? She's not in the carriage and not around it either. Maybe she escaped before the collision. Let's keep searching. Her Majesty couldn't be far off. And you know the worst part about it is soon as in the dialogue, Kongming is like, I can do it by myself. It's like, no! Why would you say that? Don't get split up. Why would you say that? We just re-zeroed like 50 times. Yeah, why would you say I can do it by myself? Let's just get separated. Scooby-Doo, let's split up and look for clues. Just watch the FR guide? Oh, nice, Deffy. So, yeah, it's a little bit weird, isn't it, though, Deffy? Like, if for some of the fights where we have established rotations, it's a little bit of a... Yeah, that too, the cancels explanation. I'm still not good at the cancels. One of the Japanese players on Twitter Sometimes lurks in the stream. They mentioned to me that even this week they had to go for an alternative strat because of that animation cancel is just too uncomfortable to play. Kongming, a fan. She bought it from the fair some years ago. She always kept it around. Her Majesty should be very close. In short... Fireworks bloomed in the sky and embers fell like shooting stars. Everything became clear. Kongming! Kongming! Wake up! Can you hear me? Light blinded my eyes. The world went still, and my blood was frozen. No! Kongming! Kongming! Rita, please stop. Captain, please stop now. Her Majesty can never answer you again. This can't be! Tesla Zero! Tesla Zero! Send me back! Send me back, Tesla Zero! Final chapter. Hang on. Is there an EX stage? Let me do the EX stage first, and then we'll do the finale. Alright. Man, they really want us to get Durandal on the mind. Chan's smiling like nothing just happened. Chan's on a different ship right now. She's in a different timeline. She doesn't even know what happened. Does this count as a heavy attack? It does! Free slams. Oh, that counted as a heavy attack. Ah! I didn't know that SA could break a shield layer. That's pretty cool. That's actually super cool. No experience playing BKE and it shows? It's easy, there's a tutorial, but basically what you gotta do, build meter, spend meter. Once you have meter, it's not bad at all. Build meter, spend meter, Zafu. If you do need help, the tutorial does have one for BKE. The biggest thing that I think you probably might want to pay attention to is how to chain from a retaliate into the charge combo. She basically has like an infinite combo loop. If you play the tutorial, it'll show you how to do the loop. And as long as you're doing the loop, you'll be easily able to get to SP 100 SP. And then, of course, make sure you have full ult on SA as well. So, ult on BKE, ult on SA, off-field ult. And that should be it. You don't even need to worry about ulting on Drive Cometa. And I think Drive Cometa, they even give you... Yeah, you don't need to, though. Because they give you T-Band and Beethoven. I thought they give you Beethoven B, but they don't. It's a new... So just like one tap. Infinite throw land cycle. Basically, yeah. Block as much as you can. You can use Drive Cometa's block to also help farm SP as well. Those are all really good ways. The biggest thing is just farm SP, spend SP. Just bully the boss. Alright, against the current. Is this gonna give us... I'm back! What should I do now? Think hard. Explosions. Stop the explosions. I don't know what caused... I have no time. At least I could stop Kuming from getting in the deadly carriage. Kuming, follow me to get out on foot. We can't stay here. There will be explosions. I couldn't move my leg now. We need to help her. Stay here. I'll go help. No one is dying. Supporting pillars are about to give in. Watch out, Captain. I lived this time, but they died to save me. What can I do? How can I change this bloody fate? Now we're re-zeroing faster and faster. Oh my god. We died again. Yeah, it was really moving the first time because it was the first time we're experiencing it. It's painful now in a different way because it's like now we have to live through the trauma of the storyline again. But now we know how it ends, you know? I failed again. We failed again. You know what this actually is? This is when we reset spam on a boss. Tesla Zero is breaking the fourth wall for us, and now we're getting super meta. How many more times must I try? Defi, what is the answer? How many more times must we try till we get cap score? Losing hair. Yeah, Tesla's not losing hair. Tesla's losing spare parts. Tesla's losing parts. I began to realize that some intangible force is holding me back. I didn't know what it was. It's my hands. My hands are not fast enough. It's like I was fixing a leaking umbrella. The umbrella that Grey Serpent is holding. There's just one hole was patched up and another hole began to form. I was playing a game that had spun out of control, just like my spending habits. Just like my Hawkeye 3rd spending habits. If I could somehow get the whole picture from a high point, there might be a way to beat the game. But I was hopelessly trapped and I had to play my part in the game. Instead of the player, I'm merely a pawn on the chessboard. Who's playing this game? Are there other observers? Would they feel bored when the game has come this far? They might be able to see in a glance the ending that I have to take thousands of steps to get to. You know, that's kind of like when a high-level player watches the recording on a newer player's like video playthrough on a boss run, right? Like we look at it and we're like, okay, we can see that you need to fix this, that, and the other. I don't know how the story ends, or if the story has any ending at all. I nearly forgot initially my purpose was to return to Hyperion, but it doesn't matter anymore. That's right, we have to finish the event. If there are observers watching this game, what would they say about all the things I have done? Oh, you need a time fracture more, Captain. That's what we would say. You need a time fracture some more. You need to farm SP and spend SP. Isn't that right, Zafu? You gotta build SP, spend SP. That's how you're gonna beat the EX stages. His stupidity is off the chart, only if you're running the wrong team comp. How could he fail such a simple task? If I were him... Oh my goodness, now the captain's like, are these guys backseating me? Backseat re-zeroing me? Why can't he save everyone? Sure, they won't approve of me. And they have every reason to do so. I finally realized that I'm not the Mr. Assassin who would make everything happen in your eyes. You put your faith in the wrong person and I failed you. Elephant in lane 5, advancing 7. Captain, you have lost. Tesla Zero rebooting. Yeah, I know, Redos. I dodged so many spoilers in Chapter 28, and then last night I got spoiled on Twitter.
我曾与你共度未来，却不曾知晓你的过去。那时的你，和现在的你一样，背负着别人的生死。
Now we're gonna get some life lessons from Tesla Zero.
在你活着的时间里，不断被迫重复着过去。哭吧，哭吧。感到痛苦的话，像小孩子一样哭到精疲力尽就好。痛苦并不可怕，可怕的是习惯了痛苦后，再也感受不到痛苦。但是想要了解人类，就绝不能只是在一旁看着，你必须和他们站在一起，看着他们在看些什么。若是还存在着其他旁观者，此时他们一定对你充满期待，期待你跨越更多的死亡，直到抵达没有人受伤的圆满结局。他们不知道，也不关心你曾经历了什么。
Tales whose endings they think they know, but what is what they believe the truth?
这个故事无关乎拯救与被拯救，它的结局不断被修补着，又生出新的裂痕，而你，是那个重复、重复尝试、便利痛苦的人。
Persistence alone won't help you, and miracles won't happen merely because you believe so. We both know that. Even if you strive for it, it's still beyond your current reach.
这里，试图给你提供一个能够破局的契机，这就是我存在于此的意义。
Yeah, that's how I felt. I felt like, 2% in MA was out of my reach. I felt like Red Lotus retention was out of my reach because I think at the time I was still in Masters when this event came out. No, I think on main account I did breakthrough already. I think on online, if you search for it, you can find the GGZ Teresa theme. I believe it's this song right here. Alright, Tesla Zero. So basically Tesla Zero says, if you pull for Tesla Zero and you get Tesla 0 to 3 stars, it'll solve all your problems, but only for your physical teams. Are you alright, Captain? Oh, we're back here. Where are we? It's taking me longer and longer for me to regain consciousness. It's almost like we've become Mobius, right? Every regeneration is taking us forever. I'm getting close now. I can fix it. Just have to keep you both alive. I couldn't wake you up, so I told the guards to carry you back. Why would you do that? Why didn't you listen to me? What? I told you if I passed out, you had to wake me up on the spot, no matter what. I tried, but you were out like a rock. It took too long, and I became worried. What time is it now? How much have I lost? The paths and conditions, all changed. Do as I said. Take the alley behind the sugar figure stand. Stay 5 minutes in the textile shop before... Why? Don't ask why. Just do it if you wish to live. Captain, did you have a nightmare? Enough talk now. You should rest well. I'll have the handmaiden bring an ice pot to cool down the chamber. Don't touch me. Stop looking at me like that. If I came back and it means I failed again, I couldn't take it. Can't bear your eyes. You're expecting eyes. Mr. Assassin. I'm not your Mr. Assassin. The Mr. Assassin in your memory can do everything, but I... You know how many Chishi nights have I been through? How many times I watched you disappear? I'm afraid. I'm afraid. I'm afraid I'm about to hit another dead end where you don't make it out alive. I don't want to run away from this, but where to? Running is a choice I don't have. What am I saying? Why am I saying this? Did I say this to her before? You can always give me up and shake off the nightmare. Without me, Rita and Teresa would still take good care of you. You could erase me from your memory and live happily. Live happily without you. Are you nuts? You're one of the best physical supports in the game. How can we go on without you? If you give me up now, I'd never hold any grudge against you. I never did. In the distant past, if it wasn't for you, I have died in the woods. But I know you can't possibly stay by my side every step of the way. I need to rely on myself and become stronger. Then you showed up again and warned me about Hwodo. You risked your life to distract Hwodo from me. Found the missing troops and set the table for the Three Kingdoms to cease fire and reach a deal. You found the connection between the explosive lanterns and the craftsmen and the traitor among the Shadow Guards. Anyone could have done this. It's you who saved me from certain death, time and again. You still have no faith in yourself after everything you've done for me? Yes, every time you could only take one small step ahead and make one small change. But it's a gigantic mistake to admit defeat and deem yourself worthless because you haven't reached the final goal. You don't have to comfort me. This is no excuse for my failure. I refuse to see it as failure. How many times now? How many time travels? I've lost count long ago. I answered this question without thinking and immediately realized something was wrong. Miss Iron Fist, you're awake. She yawned deeply, jumped out of the giant palm, and adjusted her glasses. Good timing. You're still alive, fortune teller. I have to warn you, though. You'd never be able to reach the future you look forward to if you tear me apart. So stop removing spare parts from Tesla Zero, okay? Oh, Skipper, you're here too. She sounded arrogant and funny, but in her cold and mechanic voice, I sensed a trace of emotion. Never mind, it would take less time to search the records myself. I've been running on low power, but the background modules were still functioning and keeping records. Are you serious? You've rewritten the past this many times? You're the biggest tryhard I know. Sushang hair check. Check for hair. Don't get me wrong. I mean the future you who set the threshold number of consciousness mapping. Threshold number, future me. Wait, what are you talking about? It's all calculated. He left me here to point out the direction for you when you're desperate. But the wake up is conditional. The future you set a threshold number of conditions mapping, consciousness mapping, to trigger my wake up. So you're the final insurance the future me left. Correct. But if somehow you give up before reaching the threshold, I'd still be asleep now. But why? The future me should know better than to trust me. He set too high a target for me. That's him being naive. He somehow still believes a past him who has failed many times can still make it. He expects that you can find a completely different path than his, however small the chances. Different path. What? That sounds super lame to me. Only an idiot can come up with that. I'd say it's very characteristic of you. Maybe you could explain that to us, everything we've been through now. Everything, it all started with the 3 years when the fortune teller was away and Hodo broke the seal. Ruins were damaged, and the golem wish granter was too. But instead of being disabled completely, it went into hibernation. As a compensation mechanic, a self-driven management program was activated to act in its stead. Is it? Yes. It's the true enemy that has tried and succeeded in eliminating Fortune Teller on every timeline. Why does it hold such strong hostility? The golem that granted me immortality, why would the program act against its will and try to undo the wish? Things began to fall apart in the 3 years you were away. At that time, you were not in this world. Before your return, the program had indexed and archived the profiles of everyone who had been granted a wish. Thus, you became an anomaly in the system, an unidentified individual not meant for this world. And the Men in Black? They are mass-manufactured agents to enforce the directive. Erase you, the anomaly, from the system. Beginning to make sense now. The assassin reminded me of someone serving the last Corsair Queen in Jormungand, the man who addressed himself as the messenger. He should have died in the fray for the Jormungand throne. My calculations are right. His death is simply an improvised play to distract attention. It's probably the incarnation of the pre-hibernation golem to roam freely in the world. In contrast, the Men in Black you met were simply mindless machines to execute the elimination order. If you told the truth, and the program's goal is to wipe out Kongming, well, why would the Corsair Queen, Arch-Imperator, and Rita and Teresa die on the timelines I've traveled to? For the program, everything in this world is but data. Wait, I skipped one. In eliminating the anomaly, containing collateral damage to other data is not a priority for it. Of all the endings, isn't there one where I can live? No, not in my simulations. The skipper's experience is also factual evidence. Thanks, Poppy. Take it easy. The thing is, the program's directive is binary. If it deems it impossible to erase the anomaly, it may resort to the ultimate solution. Reset the whole world. This is ridiculous. Ridiculous? Oh, I skipped again. The golem in the ruins is ridiculous enough. Have you ever thought about it? Maybe itself is the greatest anomaly in this world. Huh? Never mind. You wouldn't understand anyway. That's enough explanation for you. Let's focus on problem at hand. Is there really a solution? You said it before. The program will not rest until it achieves its goal. No, Captain. There's a solution. Fortune Teller, you're smarter than I calculated. I didn't expect you to be able to think outside the box. Outside the bubble universe. The only way to keep myself alive is to leave this world, right? Leave? You are saying I should bring her on board Hyperion? That's the only way. Fortune Teller, leaving this world would count as mission accomplished for the program. But can you really do that? What exactly are you? There seems to be some misunderstanding. I'm but a man-made item. I'm not the cause of your consciousness mappings. It's all you. Until now, you have still not grasped the true nature of Hyperion sailing on the Sea of Quanta. Built by your memory, it's the manifestation of your power and the path leading till tomorrow. Tomorrow! We must drive forward. I'm not the game changer you wish me to be. I'm merely left here to help you change the game itself. The game has changed. You guys remember Tron Legacy? What's mission impossible for you might be possible for the future you. Yeah, when you're in, you know, elites and masters, there's so much stuff that you just feel like you just can't do in the boss fights and in Abyss and you know, going through. And then the future you that's already level 88 in Exalted is already smashing Abyss and MA. The one who built this timeline loop and sent this past self into the future is you. That still makes me a pawn on the chessboard. But the one also playing the game is also me, the future me. Dual elites. Oh! Game is meant for the future you to beat the ill fate in this world. But you were not made into a pawn by anyone. Instead, you chose the part of the game willingly. But if you wish to understand humanity, you can't just be an onlooker. You have to get close and study carefully. You said this to me in the distant future. And that future is built by both you and the future you. You keep saying that there's nothing you can do, but you've only been doing one thing. To return to the past and walk into the darkness. That's the only way to reach the light. You choose to throw yourself back into the darkness time and time again. Once wasn't enough, so you tried 10 more times, hundreds more times. It's your tireless attempts that awakened me. You chose to become the future you. You chose this future. Good. Before you fully understand the nature of your power, you won't be able to travel across the bubble universes. That's why I'm here, to stabilize and amplify your power. Fortune teller, what's on your mind? Doesn't seem like I have a choice, does it? I'd never wished to rule Emberia to begin with. Duty and honor pushed me to the throne, but if I had a choice, I'd rather become an explorer roaming the realm. Thousands of years can turn anyone insane. If not for Rita, I'd probably be known as the Mad Empress now. Homie, according to Miss Ironfist, this program will stop at nothing to eliminate my existence. Watch this world for 1,000 years, but still, there are views here I'd like to see again someday. Leaving this world is the best thing I can do to protect it. So you made up your mind. But Rita, I know what's on your mind, but even with my amplification, Skipper cannot take 2 people away from this world. The enforcers of the program may find you any minute. Time is running out. If you can leave before the program intervenes, Emberia will still be able to enjoy a wonderful night. Looks like I'll miss the fireworks show tonight, after all. Komi and I gently pushed the door open and found Rita taking a nap by the desk with the scrolls and a pen by her side. Komi stood by the door for a long while and eventually took a woolen blanket to cover Rita up. Got music again. She stood beside Rita and quietly watched her. We're not waking her up. Shh. Komi reached out her hand, but eventually took it back.
这样就可以了。当年也是这样，我还真是不擅长告别啊。我们都处在一个总在擅自离开的世界。
It's time to go. I had to play the bad guy and interrupt her. Took her hand and dragged her out of the room. In the distance, Tesla Zero was flickering with strange lights. I looked at Komi and saw her lips quivered. Nothing came out. I nodded to her. See you in the not-so-distant future.
宰相大人，庆典马上要开始了。
已经是这个时辰了吗？我随后就到。对了，关心大人在哪儿？
属下正想同宰相大人禀报，黄月城内未见殿下踪迹。
Rita lifted her head and seemed to realize something.
宰相大人，您怎么了？
无妨。我想关心大人，心事又对什么物件着了迷，一时忘记了时间，出城去了吧。
Something about Her Majesty probably lost track of the time.
要属下派人去找吗？
不必了，你退下吧。
After the guard left, Rita began to stroke the blanket and fixated her eyes on the blue panel by the
关
window.
心大人，这一次，看来您是要去很久了。
Oh, here we are! The elevator scene!
Captain on the bridge.
Captain on the bridge. Oh, you're finally back. How's the past me doing? What should I say? You were a handful, even as a small child. Take that as a compliment. After I leave T here, events that involve you should end now. The seed was planted and the story is to be continued. Journey started with you, but won't end with you. Even now, there are travelers like the Hyperion crew who have lost their footing in bubble universes. To provide shelter for these children, I don't think that sums up the meaning of the journey. What exactly are you seeking? Still so secretive. Sorry, it's a speculation of mine, and only time can tell if it's right or wrong. If you say so. I've been archiving the observation data of the bubble universe, and I found a few curious points. I plan to compile a collection of reports based on the data, and I'm going to name it Valkyrie Persona. That sounds, great. It's quite to my taste. Also, you seem to have a habit of recording the events after every mission, right? What? How do you know? Do I have to remind you what an accomplished astrologist is capable of? The AI database should have covered every detail of past events, but I feel your account is more entertaining. For reference, these files should also have a name of their own. I'm thinking, hold on, my friend. As the author, I feel like I'm entitled to name the series myself. I'm certain mine is better, but I'll hear you out. I pretended to think hard, uncannily. The first thing that popped up was the story that I used to love reading. It's decided. I'm gonna call it Cap's Bizarre Adventure. Nice. Well, wait, the music stopped. Oh, there we go. We got the music back. Okay, well. Hooray, we finally finished it on this account. Yay, we beat it. Hooray! I probably should just buy coins instead of time scroll passes. All the important things we got from the shop. Hooray! We're all free now!